This is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video, and another video inside of Stampy's lovely world. Good morning, William Beaver. A very good morning to you, and also a very good morning to Polly Reindeer. Looks like the whole Pollywood gang is back together to go and build another set. So in the last episode, we built 3 sets inside of my film studio, and now we're going to film another 3. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about that once we get over there. But first, let's go and eat my breakfast. Nom, 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 nom. Delicious. And Barnaby, you can stand up and come with me while we all go in. Oh, hello, William Beaver. It's like I don't see you in my house that often. I see you coming out your cave, and then we kind of head to wherever we're going. Welcome to my house again, William Beaver. Anyway, we're now going to leave my house because we're going to the Love Garden, so I can announce who it is that I'm adding to it today. And the person I'm adding to it is someone that drew me a really cute picture, and it's a picture of all of us. You can see it's Stampy's Lovely World, and then there's William Beaver, Polly Reindeer, of course, Fizzy Elephant, and myself as well, with a very long tail. And isn't that just the most adorable picture? Look how cute all of the little faces are. I thought that was amazing. So I wanted to say, yeah, thank you so much for doing that for me, Star Productions, and welcome to my love garden. Okay then, let's not waste any time. Let's go and head over to the film studio. So basically, in the last episode, we built a bunch of sets. And we kind of did a little bit of a test record, a bit of a rehearsal at the end of the last episode. But since then, we have now gone and filmed the rest of the film in those sets. So basically we filmed basically the beginning and the ending of the film, everything that needed the green screen, everything in the forest section as well. So all of that is done. That is in the can. That is all ready to go. And so now we need to film the other half. So let's go and build those sets, and let's be joined by Luna. You can join me today. I'm trying to be as fair as I can when I pick the dogs. Oh, hello, Harriet. Goodbye, Harriet. Looks like Harriet's on dog sitting duty once again today. She's going to be looking after all of the dogs. Oh yeah, well we go and do the rest of the building. So basically, I kind of explained a little bit of the plot of the film. Like, I'm trying to be careful because I want to explain a little bit about the plot of the film, because, you know, I kind of want you to be involved, you know, with everything that we're doing, but I also want to try and keep a few surprises in terms of the plot. So I'm not going to explain everything, but all you need to know is that in these sets, we're going to be going through basically kind of like a meadow, I guess, and then there's going to be another person who's going to be locked in a cage, and then the main character is going to rescue him. So that's kind of one of the sets. Then we're going to go into a dark spider cave, which is going to be one of the spookier sets, and that's going to be along the entire back wall here. And then the only other set that we need is going to be in this corner here, which is going to be the evil villain's lair. The main baddie is going to have a big lair, and that's kind of going to be pretty much where the film ends, with you rescuing your dad who was kidnapped. So yeah, that's going to be in that corner there. So tell you what, William Beaver, do you want to get to work on this corner here? And so you basically just need to build the floor made out of sandstone. Okay, so do you want to go and start doing that? And while you do that, Polly and I can go and start building this set here. So basically, we're going to start off by doing the backdrop again. And the way we're going to do that is basically try and make it look like there's a whole load of hills. And of course it's going to look a little bit goofy, you know. It's not going to look like a real landscape because, you know, we're using a little bit of green wall around here. But it's kind of all we've got to work with. So let's go and try and make the most of it anyway. So yeah, let's go and kind of do some rough random hill shapes along here like this. And this whole set should go 9 blocks back. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I think it should go to about here, I think. So let's go and fill that in there. And then yeah, we now need to do the sky, which is just going to be blue wool. So you can see Polly's starting to fill all of that in as well. So it's going to look a little bit like hills in the background and sky. Like, even once we start editing the film, you know, it's still, people are going to be aware of what it actually is. But I kind of like the idea of it being like a bit of a B movie, you know, a bit of a cheap movie, straight to DVD film, you know, which has hopefully a decent enough storyline, but, you know, the special effects aren't going to look like Harry Potter. You know, that's kind of not the idea. Just as long as people can kind of understand what it's all supposed to be, is going to be what's fine with me. And to be fair, like, this is kind of the only way we'd do this. So normally, in a real film, what they'd do is, if they wanted this backdrop, is either do it on location, actually go to a hillside and film it there, which of course would be much easier, or do it in front of a green screen and then kind of fill it all in later. But I don't want the entire film to be done in a green screen. I want the entire film to be just done inside of these four walls. So I think this is kind of a more interesting way to do it. And it looks like William Beaver's helping out with Polly now. So I might kind of go and do the next step, and that's just to add a path leading along here. So basically, when this scene happens, what would have happened in the story is that her dad was kidnapped, and then she's going off to rescue him. And so she's basically wandering off in the wild. She's just got the information from the guide character. If you remember from the last episode where we did the forest, that's going to be where the guide character comes down. And was it Willow the Wise? I think he's going to be called. Yeah, so he's basically said to head north, and so she's basically following this path, heading north, and she has no idea what she's going to find, but she's just trying to track down this evil villain. And then, yeah, that's going to be the evil villain's lair once we get over to that. So let's go and fill in this path here. This is going to be the path that she's walking down. And then this is where she's going to meet the other character, who I guess it's kind of like the sidekick character, but there's also going to be a little bit of a love interest as well between the two characters. So yeah, this is kind of the backdrop. So tell you what, while I go and start adding in some detail here, do you want to go and start on the cave? So if you maybe just fill in all of the ground here, if I just slide Luna out of the way, if you want to fill all of that in with cobblestone and maybe some of the walls as well, and then yeah, I'm going to get over to that and help you over with that in just 1 second. But then the other thing that I need to add down here is basically the cage, because what is happening in the story, and you've got to bear with me a bit here because it might sound a little bit silly, but it will make sense. Hopefully that's the plan. So the idea of the story is that this character is trapped inside of a cage, basically because he owed this other character some slugs, basically. He promised that he was going to get this other character some slugs, but he didn't, and so he's now trapped in a cage, and you're going to come, and you're just going to rescue this guy, and then you will persuade him to help you find the evil villain just because you saved his life. So that's kind of what happens in this scene here. So there's going to be a cage kind of dangling down from this tree, which this other character is going to be trapped inside of. So yeah, relatively simple story. Like, it's weird because I'm kind of just trying to compress an entire film down, you know, into really just about 10 minutes or so, or however long this ends up. So I'm trying to kind of have all of the dramatic scenes that you might want, but they're all just going to be really quick and really short. So it might end up being a bit weird, but I think no matter what, it's going to end up entertaining in some way. It's either going to be entertaining because it will just be an enjoyable short film, or it's going to be entertaining just because it's going to be really rubbish, just look really silly with these sets and just be funny. So I think no matter what, it's going to be entertaining. We just don't know in what way it's going to be entertaining yet. So let's just go and try and make this look more like a real tree. And I'm not trying to make anything look Minecrafty. And I know that might sound silly because we're building it in Minecraft, but, you know, I'm not trying to make it look like a Minecraft, like, tree. You know, I don't care about making it realistic. You know, there might be, you know, when he's locked in the cage, there's just going to be like a gate, which, you know he could open, but for the story, we're just going to pretend he can't, you know, and at one point, they're going to have to craft a sword, and they're not going to need to use a crafting table. So I think it's important when trying to make like a film inside of Minecraft is to not worry about the fact that it's Minecraft too much and just kind of focus on the characters and the story instead. All right, then, let's go and build myself a little cage. I think I'm just going to use fences. I think it's going to be one of the easiest ways to do this. So let's go and make a few blocks and a few sticks as well. And a whole load of... Oh, no, I think I made... Oh, yeah, I need to make some few more of these into blocks. Let's not waste all of my wood on this, though, because I'm going to need some other things later. And actually, I need to make some... excuse me, William Beaver. I know you're trying to get my attention. I'm going to see what you're saying in a second. But first, while I'm here, I want to make a few gates. So what was William Beaver trying to show me? It looks like they've made some pretty good progress. So the one difference is that the wall needs to go back about here. And the reason for that is we're going to have a fake exit to the cave. So around here, and I'm kind of jumping ahead a bit, there's basically going to be like basically like a fake doorway, I guess. And all we're going to do is put black wool behind that. So if it's dark and you look at it, it's going to hopefully just look like that's the exit to the cave. So apart from that, we can build up all of the walls around here. We can also build up the walls around the back here, like this. And then also the ceiling. So if we go up to about... about here, so there's just 2 blocks up, and build a ceiling along here as well, and then that way we can have shots looking up. So I could film, so say if you're standing there, William Beaver, if you stand on this block here, I could film like looking up at William Beaver, and then you'd be able to see the ceiling above him, so you'd see the top of the cave rather than just the entire set. I mean, oh, you look like a superhero. Oh, we should have done a superhero film, shouldn't we? That's like the traditional superhero shot. Super Carrot Eater Man Beaver. that could be your superhero name. There we go. Anyway, let's focus on the film we are actually making, and I might make more. I don't know, just seeing on how well this one goes. You know, I might end up making some more. Who knows what I end up doing? All right, then let's go and do this cage then. So I'm just gonna go and build a basically like a fence wall around here like this. Then I'm just going to add some gates on one side of the wall, so it's going to be able to flap it. And so what's basically going to happen in this scene, and I know I said I wasn't going to tell you too much about the story, but like I'm kind of telling you these smaller parts. So basically this guy's trapped in the cage, and you basically persuade the person who trapped him that this person also owes you slugs. And don't ask me why people want slugs, but in this weird world they do. And so you say, tell you what, if we let him out the cage, we can make him lead us to the slugs and capture them. So he lets this guy out, and then you basically double up on this other person, then you end up trapping him inside of the cage, and then you just go and wander off and leave him. So that's basically all that happens in this scene. So on this side, instead of putting down the fences, let's go and put down a couple of these fence gates, and then that's how people are going to be able to go and get in and out of the cage. So I think this is looking okay. I need to add a couple more fences down here like that. And there we go. This is this scene, basically. So every time I film it, I need to be in kind of quite close like this, just so you can't see any of the background. But it's going to be a relatively short scene, and I can kind of film around here and film around here as well. It's all going to be very tiny. It's going to be a very compact film. Anyway, let's move on to the cave then. Let's go and help everyone out. Oh no! Remember, build the blocks 2 blocks down. Don't fill into the ceiling. So leave a gap of 2 blocks along the top, because there's going to be a reason for that as well. One, I don't want the cave ceiling to be too high. I want it to be quite claustrophobic. You know, I want it to feel like it's quite tight and quite dangerous. And also, there's the lights there as well. We've got to avoid them. So yeah, if you kind of start building the ceiling, on the row that Polly's building, so we can start filling it along here. And then this is going to be where the ceiling's going to be. We're going to have to break away a few of these levers, but it doesn't matter. We can just kind of add them on the top anyway. And to be fair, I don't want many lights inside of this cave anyway. I want this to be a dark area. So this is, as I mentioned, this is basically the henchman, basically the sidekick to the main evil villain. He's basically a big spider, and so he's the person who kidnaps your dad at the beginning, and you basically end up having a battle with him inside of this cave as well. This is kind of like the last test you have before you go and arrive at the actual lair. So what's going to happen in this scene is that you kind of enter the cave and you're just chatting to the person you just rescued, and you kind of get to know each other. But then out of nowhere, there's going to be the Spider-Man who drops down from the ceiling and then ends up trapping them both in the cobwebs. The twist is that the cave spider man, he actually ends up recognizing the guy that you rescued, and it turns out that he has actually worked with the evil villain before, but he just didn't know that he was evil. And so then that means that the main character Renner basically ends up not trusting this person that you've just rescued, and they get in a big argument. And there's a lot of drama that kind of comes out from that scene, which kind of really sets up the final scene. So let's just go and kind of add in a few like a few stalactites and stuff coming down from the ceiling. I kind of just mess up the cave. I've actually also got some of this this moss stone as well, so I can actually go and start putting some of that down around here. If I break away all of this bit here, I can just go and start adding a few random bits of moss stone in the floor. Actually, if I just kind of dig it all away like this. Everyone be careful where you're stepping, by the way. I'm not starting a round of spontaneous spleef here. I'm just making some random holes in the floor. So there's all of these holes around here, so I can go and fill these in. I want this place to look horrible. This is going to be like the horrible dark. It's kind of like the spooky scene, I guess. So I want this to all look pretty dark. I've also got a bunch of cobwebs, and seeing as this is going to be where the spider person lives, I think having cobwebs all over the place like this is just going to really set it up quite nicely. Let's go and throw some around here and some down there as well. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking awesome. It's funny how, like, if I stand here, it does just look like I am in a spooky dark cave, but then if I come come back here, it's like, oh, no, I'm not. It's just a film set. And there's also Luna just sitting down in the corner. You can go and run around now, Luna. It's okay. All right, then. Let's go and fill in just this little bit here. If I just go and add some cobblestone down here, and then I can also go and add some black wool behind it. And I kind of show you the effect I was talking about, where it looks like you would be able to run through. I mean, it looks a little bit like it. I mean, if you went too close to it, you wouldn't be fooled. But it kind of, if you stare from here, it kind of looks like there's like an opening, and you can kind of keep going into a darker part of the cave. That's going to be over there. And then the other thing I need to do is make a hole in the ceiling, and that's going to be where the cave Spider-Man is going to drop down. And later on, we can add a ladder that's going to be leading up to that area over there. All right then. And let's go and build the final set then. So this set over here, this is going to be where the main villain is going to be hanging out. This is going to be the lair of that. So it's going to be a relatively simple place. I decided to use sandstone just because I haven't really had a sandstone type place in the film so far. It's basically all just been you know, I didn't want to use stone because I've just come from the cave. I just wanted it to look a little bit different. So, yeah, that's why I decided to use sandstone. And actually, let's turn that to that there, and let's do this here. So it's going to be sandstone, and then it's going to be this this green wall as well. So let's go and fill that into there. And yeah, we need to now go and build these walls up. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to switch from using, oh, no, Luna, it's okay. It's okay. No, he's trying to break a block. He was trying to break a block. It's okay. Maybe Luna should sit down. Tell you what, you have a timeout inside of the cage, Luna, and I'll let you out in a little bit, all right? No attacking our friends. There we go. All right then. So yeah, it's going to be a mixture of normal sandstone, the chiseled sandstone, and then the I guess like the smooth sandstone as well. So there's also going to be a doorway leading to this area here, and it kind of doesn't matter that there's going to be nothing behind this doorway because that doorway is never going to be open. And then from this side as well, I'm just of course never going to go and show that section because otherwise it's going to end up looking really, really weird. So let's go and make actually tell you what, if you do the chiseled sandstone, I'm gonna go and make some smooth sandstone, some more of that. So yeah, then I can go and kind of do the next row above that. So let's go and make some more of this stuff. So how much have I got on me? I got 58. So let's go and do another row of this, and this is going to be kind of the same pattern that I did underneath, where I'm going to be alternating between the green wall. Oh, look at this for teamwork! Look at us all working together to do this. Look at that, perfect timing as we go and build this. And then on top of this, they can just be normal sandstone, and you're probably not going to see too much of that area anyway, so I don't even really need to worry about the ceiling so much. I think we will build a ceiling just in case I do once again have a shot where it's kind of looking up to the sky. I could also maybe build some blue wall above there if I really needed to. But yeah, once again, I really don't think it's going to matter too much. And you know, as we kind of do the film, the sets kind of might change a little bit anyway, just kind of as we're doing them. You know, just depending on what's actually needed for that set. So tell you what, let's build to this layer here only. Then let's build the ceiling at this height, because the ceiling doesn't really need to be too high otherwise. So yeah, let's kind of go to the height I built to here. Then let's just do a green wall ceiling on the top of there. Then that's going to be this bit almost completed. The only other real thing that there needs to be in this scene is there's going to be a bit of a cage basically in the corner over here. This is basically going to be where your dad actually ended up being trapped. So I'm going to go and make some iron bars so you'll be able to see him behind bars. And don't worry, you will end up rescuing him. Spoiler alert. I mean, it's kind of obvious that you were going to rescue him. You wouldn't have a whole film like this and he ends up just staying trapped inside of here. So there's going to be, I guess, like a bit of a cage along here. And then I'm just going to do an iron door on the other side of this. So yeah, you're going to go to here. This is where you're going to battle the evil villain. And then hopefully, well, as I just told you, you're going to eventually end up saving your dad. And yeah, bringing him back home, which is going to be, yeah, where the happy ending, which the film has, is going to happen. And I've realized I haven't mentioned who the main villain is actually going to be. So everyone's mainly got Italian names, and I don't know why, but I just ended up deciding to give them Italian names. So they're all called like Ragno and Reno and like and Lotto and like, you know, all of these kind of quite nice sounding names. But then the main evil villain is just going to be called Horseface Man, and the reason for that is because the skin which he's going to have is, you know, the skin they have where it's just literally a man with a horse's face. That's going going to be what the skin is. I just like the idea of everyone having like these, quite nice sounding exotic names, and then there's just, Horseface Man is just the evil villain. Everyone's scared of Horseface Man. I don't know. It just sounded silly and it made me laugh, and so that's kind of what this is all about. So yeah, that's going to be the main villain that you're going to battle. But I'm not going to tell you exactly why he kidnapped your dad in the first place, or how you're going to end up defeating him. For that, you're going to have to watch the next episode where we have the film premiere and actually go and show the entire film. So let's go back here and let's have a look at it. There we go. That's the set for the evil villain's lair. Let's go and add a block on the top of this doorway, so you can see once again. If I go and stand here like this, you can see that I kind of look like I'm inside of here. Then if I go to here, like I can have shots like this where you can kind of see, how big the cave is. Of course, if I turn to my left, it would ruin it. And then if I stand here, I'm kind of in a whole different place. And I think you've learned your lesson now, Luna. You can come out and join the rest of us. So sadly, we're not really going to have time for a dress rehearsal today. And oh no, William Beaver's been trapped inside of the cage. Well, tell you what, if you want, you can play the father, and then you can actually be trapped in the cage when we're acting it. If that's the role you want to play. So yeah, everything's set now. So because everything's literally set, no pun intended. The sets are set. So basically, I'm gonna go and record a bunch of the film. I'm probably gonna record while we're recording it, if that makes sense, to maybe do some behind the scenes videos of how we filmed it, just because I think that would be quite good fun just to show you. And then yeah, in the next episode, I'm going to have the film premiere. We're going to go to my Movie Magic theater, which is just next door, and yeah, we can go and watch the film for the first time. So yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy that. There'll be a link in the description to the next episode once it's online. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!